Get away from Brooks Brannon, who's holding in first base. Next one missing in the count. 2 balls, no strikes.
Already you can see that Jorge is dividing the attention of Mullins, and he might be running on this pitch.
Sea Dogs do like to run, so do the Yard Goats. Swing and a miss. Good breaking pitch that time. The count goes to 2-1.
At least in the first game of this series. And now with that swing, the Sea Dogs have been pretty good at getting Riggio to chase pitches.
Long look in, now the pitch en route. Swing and a miss, and the count evens off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, they got him to swing at 2 pitches out of the strike zone. I don't think he's going to feed him anything good, and you mentioned he strikes him out. Mullins has struck out 65 batters in 42 innings pitched.
Looking for his 4th win of the season. Runner breaks for a second. Swing and a miss. Thrown on to second base is not in time. Wow. It arrived on a hop. And the tag was made, but I don't know how, somehow Jorge avoided the tag.
I mean, the ball got there in plenty of time, and how does he not tag him out?
Right, that's Arias.
Yeah.
With the tag.
I mean, there's no question the call was the correct call. Somehow Arias missed the tag.
Meanwhile, Riggio strikes out. Man in scoring position now for Andy Perez, the league leader in hits. He swings away, grounds one to second base. Stabbed by Alcantara. He'll throw to first base in time to get Perez. That was a sharp ground ball on the play. Jorge does advance 90 feet, but there are 2 out.
Perez actually waited for that pitch to break before he swung. He swung late and still managed to pull the baseball on that slider.
Now Bryce Betancourt, who had yesterday off, leads the team with 14 home runs. He would love a little old single here in the first inning. Yeah, he's swinging for the home run. He misses the fastball at 93 for strike 1. That is over but low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Betancourt, 5th in the league in home runs, 9th in RBI, and tied for 7th in total bases. He has had a really good season. He's been locked in of late. His last 10 games, Betancourt hitting at .382. He pops this one up, short right field. Hayden Rose on the move. Goes from the shadows to the sunshine. And he's in there and he makes the catch, puts away Betancourt.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
Payoff. Pops up, right field side, shallow, Poole sprinting in, going out, Santana makes the grab! My goodness!
Each year now we have a contest for our patients that they can design the jersey that's worn by the players this evening. We do a jersey auction. The proceeds are raised to benefit Children's Hospital, and they have a chance to meet the players who wore the jerseys, get them autographed.
We always talk about not playing for the name on the back, but when you feel like you're really playing for something and you're representing a community, it means a lot.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years.
Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out.
Off to this.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
And Sanford crushes this one into center field. Sanford has left the yard at his...
In his Double-A debut a night ago. Starts him with a curveball, but it's high for ball one. Winay went 1 for 3 against Yard Goats pitching last night. One ball, one strike. At Greenville, he batted .255, 11 homers, and 31 runs driven in. Beautiful looking breaking pitch that bends in the strike zone of Ian Durkin, and now it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Jeff, I know it's early, but Cox has done a very good job of mixing up his pitches.
His 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a curveball. That has been his money pitch. He's mostly, Dan, fastball and curveball, and he has struck out the last 4 to come to the plate for Portland.
And I don't think there's any question Winay was thinking fastball here, and he was hung out to dry. And how about Cox? First 4 outs are strikeouts.
Here's the second baseman, Marvin Alcantara. He swings to the fences, doesn't get the breaking pitch, strike 1. Alcantara has struggled against the Yard Goats, overall .224, but against Hartford, just .203 with his average. There's a strike as Cox comes back with a sinking fastball, and he gets ahead 0-2. Cox just 22 years old, second-round pick out of high school. Pitch is swung on, little pop-up in his short left. And Tico comes in. He's there and he makes the catch, and he puts away Alcantara for the second out of the inning.
When you're a pitcher like a Cox, whose principal pitches are a nasty fastball and a nasty curveball, one of the things you worry about, even when you're warming up in the bullpen, is when you get on the mound, is that curveball going to be working for you? And are you going to be able to locate your fastball? So far, Cox has checked both those boxes.
Matt Frazier will take a shot. He swings and misses. Good four-seamer at 95, strike 1. Frazier, 28 years old, former third-round pick of the Pirates out of the University of Arizona. Made it as high as AAA. Played in Indianapolis in the International League a year ago. And curveball stays wide. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. One of the new additions, he's 3 for 12 with Portland, but he has a hit in all 3 games played as a Sea Dog. Slaps that one foul. And it's 1-2. Cox will come in hitters with a fastball, curveball. Also has a cutter and a changeup, but he is primarily fastball, curveball, and that's what he has shown mostly today. Excuse me, swinging a ground ball foul third base side. Third baseman Jorge was off the line. That could have been trouble to end that and gotten through.
Without a doubt, he'd have been at second base without any problem. The way, like you said, Jorge was playing off the line with a left-handed batter.
Tonight, the 20th of 24 meetings. Final of 4 series between the Rockies and Red Sox affiliates. Yard Goats have won 10 of their first 19 games. Hartford went 3-3 in Portland. And then split both series at Duncan Park. That one is hit foul towards the sweet level, third base side, and Frazier stays alive as he's able to get a piece. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Jeff, I just saw something in the Portland notes that I think is fascinating. See if we can get it through this half inning.
A line drive by the second baseman Riggio out in right field for a hit. So on a 2-2 pitch, Matt Frazier drops a single into right field. First hit for the Sea Dogs opposite Jackson Cox.
He reached out on an outside pitch and managed to pull it past Riggio. As you know, the history of the Portland Sea Dogs, they've been affiliated with the Marlins and most recently the Red Sox. This is, in the history of the franchise, the 4,297th game. They have won 2,149 games and lost 2,148. So if they lose today, they'll be at 500 for the entire history of the franchise.
That's pretty amazing. Wow. Goats will try to do that to them.
Yeah.
As Nellie Taylor takes ball 1. Ball 2. He is the number 21 prospect according to MLB.com is Taylor. He'll have to get off the interstate, a 184 batting average here in late June. Hard stuff right down the middle. It's 2-1. Nellie Taylor led the Red Sox organization in walks. 11th round pick out of Polk State down in Winter Haven, Florida. He's got the count his way, though. 3-1 is Nellie Taylor, with Matt Frazier at first base being held there by Aiden Longwell. And there's a strike. Next one is high ball 4. So Taylor works the walk. First free pass administered by Jackson Cox, and that's going to send Frazier in a scoring position as he moves from first to second.
Well, Cox, who had been so impressive getting the first 2 batters in this inning and retiring 5 in a row, suddenly has run into some difficulty, and it all started with Frazier reaching out and pulling that outside pitch into right field for a single.
Keaton Rose, the batter, and he takes low for a ball. Rose in his second season with Portland. He played collegiately at Alabama, and he's done a nice job against the Yard Goats. 279 batting average against Hartford pitching this season. He's got the table set against Jackson Cox. First and second occupied. There are 2 out. 0-0 the game. That's up high, and now Betancourt calls time and wants to get Cox back in the strike zone. Dan, he just overcooked that fastball.
Well, and it's interesting because I had mentioned how he seemed to have checked both boxes. He's had great location with the fastball. His curveball has been outstanding. And ever since I opened my big mouth, he's had difficulty.
You're just reporting the facts.
That's
partner.
right.
Cox, 6'2", 200 pounds. A second-round pick of the Rockies. Making his 3rd appearance at the Eastern League level between Hartford and Spokane, 5-1 with a 4.29 earned run average. There's a drive down the right field line, foul as it fades back towards the Hartford upper deck. And it's 2-1. He's going to go right at the 9-hole hitter, though, because the dangerous and very talented Franklin Arias waiting on deck. And now it's 3-1. Beautiful night for baseball in the capital city. Just a tick under 80 degrees, clear skies. A little bit of a breeze out towards right center. And that's ball 4. So after the strikeout and flyout, a single, and now back-to-back walks, and with 2 away, the Red Sox affiliate Portland has him loaded up.
And he has to face the league leader in hitting, Franklin Arias. Other than that, everything is fine. But what's most disconcerting is he's running up his pitch count.
Franklin Arias, there you see it, that 320 batting average, tops in the Eastern League. He tracks the first one outside for a ball as he starts him with a cutter. Cox just 22 years old. Was drafted at a high school. Next one is high. The snap throw down third base. They've got him! Oh, wow! Matt Frazier gets caught napping and gets picked off of third base to end the inning. Betancourt fires it down to Jorge, who puts the tag on Frazier. What a huge mistake by Portland as they run themselves out of an inning. Nothing across, 2 men left, and after an inning and a half, no score.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
One of the personal touches on the uniform is the gray, making it look like it's the old wool.
The great thing about the Birmingham Black Barons uniforms, very simple in regards to the triangle B and the block lettering for Birmingham across the chest.
This is something that's a little bit more geared towards the players. Having the tribute to Negro League, I think this is going to be a marquee moment for them in their journey.
To be able to honor and salute the legacy and contributions of the Negro League legends is just unbelievable.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
Wrap up the top half of the inning. Let's take a look, Dan, again. Matt Frazier picked off.
I'll tell you, that's close. From that angle, that's a very close
it was closer
play.
than I thought.
But no
the ball
argument.
beat him so much, though. I think that's what sold the call. I think sometimes you need a catcher to get you out of an inning, right? As hidden. Mullins is back to pitch and delivers a strike to Cole Messina.
But, Jeff, no argument from the manager, who's also the third base coach, Kyle Cicela.
That's a strike, and it's nothing until. Let's take a look again. That's close.
That's close, but I think he got him.
That's a great video right there. That I think. And again, where the umpire was, it probably looked like. I mean, the throw definitely beat him. You can't have it that close, though, if you're a base runner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And, I mean, anything in the world, right? But get picked off in that situation.
I mean, you can't get picked off in that situation. You got the league's leading hitter at the plate, bases loaded, pitcher on the ropes.
And big swing and a miss, and Mullins gets his second strikeout as he fans Messina swinging to open the second.
Now Mullins living up to his reputation, striking out hitters, and he gets Messina to chase a slider.
Now Aiden Longwell has had a really nice season. Swings and pops it up. Third base side, Jack Winning in a foul territory to make the catch for out number 2. Mullins now an out away from a 1-2-3 second. Mullins with 3 wins, tied for the most by a Sea Dogs pitcher. He's the most strikeouts, 65 in 39 innings. He's added 2 to that total. 67 whiffs. Mike Antigo, one of the new additions, runs up to bunt, takes the breaking pitch low for a ball.
We saw this last night in his first at-bat as a yard goat. Twice he squared to bunt, and then with 2 strikes on him, he ripped a double to the gap in left center.
First at bat as a yard goat, a 2-base hit. Not too shabby. He's just down from AAA Albuquerque. He was with a Cardinals organization before the Rockies. Runs up to bunt and jumps out of the way, but it's a strike ruled by Ian Durkin, the home plate umpire. It's 1-1. Mullins, 12th round pick of the Red Sox out of Auburn. Portland has won 3 of his last 4 starts, but Dan told you earlier he has not gone deep into games. That's in for a strike. Good bender. Moves the count to 1-2. In fact, he has not gone 5 innings in any of his last 3 games. There's the 1-2 to the outfielder. It swung out of line. Foul. Jumping out of the way. First base umpire William Paschal. He's going to get an applause.
Yeah, crowd loving his acrobatics.
Yeah. Take a look again.
Look at that.
That's impressive.
He must have been great at dodgeball.
Yeah. It's the hang time on that. That was a pretty good jump in the air. Wow. And just missed. It's out of the outer half, maybe a bit low, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mike Antico. That is over but low again, and the count fills now 3-2. Mullins making his 4th start against the Yard Goats in 3 games, a 3.46 earned run average against the Rockies affiliate. That's ball 4. Nice at bat by Mike Antico. Dan, that's the veteran, right? He's been around. He's played at higher levels at AAA and doesn't panic, gets behind 0-2, works at full, and then takes the free pass.
Well, this might take on the overtones at the top of the second. First 2 batters are retired, and then the Sea Dogs load the bases. First 2 batters are retired here in the bottom of the second, and Antico gets on.
Jose Torres, the batter. He's got a couple of hits and 4 trips against Mullins, so he has seen Hayden well this season, and he looks at strike 1. In fact, not only 2 hits, but an RBI double against the Sea Dogs lefty, career-wise against Mullins. Big swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Torres has played at higher levels. He's been at AAA before. He spent a bulk of the season with the Yard Goats here in the Eastern League. Originally came up with the Cincinnati Reds. He is 26 years old, was Rule 5 by the Rockies back in the 2024 Rule 5 draft, the minor league phase. He swings and misses, strike 3, and Torres fans to wrap up the inning. Nothing across, 1 man left, off to the 3rd week.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
There goes Harris for the plate. He is stealing home. The throw there is not in time. Dakota Harris breaking for home against Maddox Bruns. And again, throw to the plate. It goes to the backstop. Page coming home with a straight steal of home. Trey Page breaking for the plate. Bruns is frustrated, just fired a ball back towards his dugout.
What's happening? This is unreal.
Whoever you are. Game 3 of 6 this week will be tomorrow night. The Yard Goats and the Red Sox affiliate Portland. Jake Brooks will get the starting assignment a night from tomorrow night, and another 7:10 first pitch. Beautiful night tonight, though. Jackson Cox back to pitch in a scoreless ball game. Franklin Arias, the Red Sox top prospect, will start things for the Sea Dogs, and twists out of the way of an inside breaking pitch for ball 1. Arias reached on a fielding error by third baseman Dion Jorge. Taps the next one foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yard Goats trying to win for the 6th time in 8 games. They have won 13 of their last 18 since June 3rd. And one thing that you've always talked about, Dan, is protecting your home, winning home games. There's a strike, and it's 1-2. Well, they won their last 2 series here at Duncan Park, winning against Altoona and also New Hampshire, and they'll try to continue their winning ways by claiming another series against the Red Sox affiliate Portland. Ground ball, third base. Jorge tested again, this time moving to his left. Has to one-hop the throw to Longwell, but it's in time as Aiden is able to pick it out of the dirt, keeping that right foot against the bag, and Arias a goner to begin the 3rd.
That's a great play because Jorge really wasn't able to position himself to get enough on the throw. He had to get it off on one hop, and he still managed to get Arias. That's a big first out.
Kind of an awkward throw because he was moving to his left and had his momentum taking him opposite direction. 1 batter, 1 out. Now the catcher Baez. Ball 1. Baez originally Twins' 12th round pick out of Arizona State. Swings and misses here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Jeff, you're talking about taking care of business at home, and that's one of the reasons the Yard Goats turned things around in the first half. They started winning at home. Early on, they were struggling here.
They were, and now 19-15 here at the beautiful Diggs. A swing and a miss. Baez behind Cox, 1-2. But tonight, a chance to get to 5 games above 500 with a home victory. There's a pop-up third base side. Jorge angles towards foul territory. Will he have a play? He does. And then after making the catch, bumps up against the tarp, which is rolled in tightly and pushed up against that sidewall. That was, let me tell you, that was put to good use yesterday with all the rain we had in Hartford. Good play by Dion Jorge.
Took Tyler Hovick a while before he called him out. He hasn't called him out yet, and then finally he raises the right arm.
Cox looking for a 1-2-3 third. Brooks Brannon will try to change that. This is the sinker for strike 1.
Well, Cox needs a quick inning in the worst way.
Brannon, a good player, 279 batting average with the 10 homers. 36 runs batted in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss for Seamer. 96 that time, and it's 1-2. Cox made his Double-A debut, got the win, 11-1 decision, June 12th against New Hampshire, and then pitched on the 18th on the road in Reading. That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5 1/3 scoreless against the Fisher Cats, 91 pitches, and then last week in Reading allowed 5 runs in 4 1/3 innings. But he strikes out Brooks Brannon for the 2nd time tonight. He's got 5 punch-outs through 3 in a 1-2-3 inning. Goats coming to bat, 3rd time up.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
We're repping the Birmingham Black Bears today, and it's really awesome. The uniforms look really cool.
It's awesome. I like the look. The band kind of pops, so
Yeah, I like the whole get up. It's a good attire.
We got the Birmingham across the chest. We got the Birmingham Black Barons on the side too, which is, super cool, just the history of all of it. I think the hats are pretty sweet too. You got the 3 Bs.
This is remembering the people that came before us and what they did for this game and how they improved it.
To a pit. Ground ball towards third. Fielded by Paulie. Steps on third. Goes to second. 2 on the first. Triple play!
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Yard Goats baseball from Duncan Park in Hartford, with the Yard Goats and the Sea Dogs. This is the Rockies and Red Sox affiliates battling here. Hey, sometimes you have it, right, when your Eastern League teams battle, Portland, Hartford, that the Major League teams battle as well. And the Red Sox, Rockies played a day game at Coors today, and Red Sox had the lead, but through the services of former Yard Goat Cole Carrig, Rockies came back to win that game, and they take 2 out of 3 from Boston.
Very satisfying series win for the Rockies, coming from behind both times dramatically on Monday night and pretty dramatically this afternoon.
G.J. Hill, the switch hitter, takes up high for a ball. Hill had quite the game yesterday, tied a franchise record, 4 stolen bases, and became the first ever Yard Goat to steal home twice in a game. He looks at a strike, and the count goes to 2-1. I mean, he can burn you so many different ways, whether it's his glove on defense, whether it's the bat. He's a very good bunter. But Dan, he also has 10 home runs.
5 against the Sea Dogs team.
Swings for the fences here and hits a foul back of the seats below the Hartford upper deck. He's a really good player, fun to watch. And you mentioned the home runs. He's also hit for an average against Portland, a .273 clip entering play today against the Red Sox affiliates. He swings and misses here, strike 3. So that's 4 punch outs for Hayden Mullins.
Jeff, you talk about home runs, and both these teams have some power. The Sea Dogs come in tied for 3rd in homers in the Eastern League with 85. The Yard Goats are 5th with 81 homers. But we have yet to see a home run hit in this series. Now, it's only the 2nd game, but when you get 2 power-laden teams, sometimes you see a slew of home runs.
Dion Jorge, the batter, hacks away and shoots the foul back to the top of the protective netting right behind the plate. The Yard Goats had very little problem hitting home runs last week in Reading. Well, a lot of that had to do with Connor Capel, who's been already moved up to AAA after winning Player of the Week. But a week ago, Dan, the Yard Goats hit 14 home runs in Reading over 6 games. 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, Dion Jorge.
That's a lot of home runs for a 6-game series.
It's a lot. Infield backed up, outfield shaded towards the gap. Jorge has both lines in right and left field. Good looking pitch. Slider bends in, moves the count to 1-2. Mullins, a fastball, sweeper, slider, cutter, and a changeup in the repertoire. Looking for his 5th punch out. He's got it. Not only is it his 5th, it's his 3rd in a row. He struck out Torres to wrap up last inning, and this inning he struck out both G.J. Hill and now adds Dion Jorge to the list.
Well, watching him once again tonight, you can understand why he's an effective strikeout pitcher. He gets the batters to chase. You got Jorge to chase that one, and, well, he has been in command.
Rock Reggio will try to avoid striking out the side for a Hayden Mullins. Ball moving all over the place, but as they appeal to third base, the crew chief, Tyler Havik, said that he did check his swing. 2 balls and no strikes to Rock Riggio. Rock looking for that 10th home run. He's been sitting on 9 now for a little bit.
That 9th home run he hit should count for 2 homers.
He hit a laser in Reading last week. Mammoth shot, which made it over the wall in right. 3-0 now to Rock Riggio. You make a mistake with him, Dan, he can hit it a long way.
I think it made it over the Great Wall of China. I mean, that was really well struck.
And we talked about some that he's hit here. I think that one in Reading was what, I mean, just sounded so sweet off the bat. One of the hardest balls he's hit without a doubt this year. He's going to walk on 4 pitches, though. Hayden Mullins with a free pass. That is his 2nd walk in 2 innings, and the Goats get a 2-out base runner.
That's a good plate appearance right there, and don't be surprised if he's running. He's got 8 steals in 10 attempts.
Andy Perez, the batter. Riggio leading from first base, and he tracks the first one low for a ball. Perez leads the league with 80 hits. 2nd in batting to Sea Dog superstar Franklin Arias. I mean, you've got the leader in hits and the leader in batting in this game here tonight with Arias versus Perez. Wow, that just missed. And it's 2-0. What a great eye by Andy Perez.
Good move by Mullins. He had Riggio ducking back to first base.
And Dan, those 2 players are so young. Perez just turned 22 earlier this month. Arias is only 20 for the first base. And Rock Riggio back in time.
Well, already there's that crescendo in Boston. When is Arias going to come to Boston? When is it? Not going to happen overnight.
No.
I don't think the Red Sox want to rush him.
He'll let him know when he's ready. That's low, and it's now 3-0, and suddenly Mullins dividing time between the base runner Riggio and hitter Perez, and he's fallen behind one of the top hitters in the league.
That's what, 7 straight balls he's thrown.
Yes. The 3-0. Runner goes, the throw to first base, and they're going to pick off Riggio. And a tough break as Rock basically took off for second on a 3-0 pitch, and he is caught stealing to end the inning. Nothing across, nobody left, 3 complete, no score.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
1-0, and he cranks this one high and deep into right, and that ball is over the scoreboard. Well, it's his 3rd home run.
The 2-2. Oliva, a little loop around into short left, and it's a diving catch by Levi Jordan. What a play!
Vitsuo fished it out to short left center. Lara over into the alleyway, dives! Oh, he's got it! Full extension, and he saves a run.
Yard Goats and the Portland Sea Dogs 0-0. Hayden Mullins with 5 punch-outs through 3 innings. Jackson Cox, 5 punch-outs through 3 innings. We open the 4th. And here to tell you about it is my broadcast partner, Dan Lovallo. Dan?
All right, Jeff, thanks very much. Ronald Rosario struck out swinging his first time up. Jackson Cox has thrown 57 pitches through 3 innings. Pitch ripped foul outside of the Hartford dugout. 0-1 the count on the native of Venezuela. Led the Sea Dogs in runs batted in last year with 56 and was second on the team in home runs with 11. Manages to check his swing on a high fastball. 1-1 the count. Middle 3 due up for the Sea Dogs, and he gets hit. Hit on the wrist, it looked like. Or maybe the right forearm. Wherever he got hit, it hurts. And Rosario, as he was being pitched inside, pays the price and will head down to first base.
Yeah, it did not tickle.
Also getting a visit from one of the trainers for the Portland Sea Dogs. It's going to bring up Jack Winne, looking for his first Double-A hit. Promoted from the Greenville Drive yesterday, went 0 for 3 in yesterday's game, struck out swinging his first time up. That's Kyle Schmidt, the first base coach, and Aiden Longwell is holding Rosario on. Schmidt was coaching D3 baseball at one point, and he says to think that I could be at the Double-A level in professional baseball now is just unthinkable. How his career has advanced. First base coach 2 steps away from the big leagues. Meanwhile, the count is 1 ball and no strikes on Jack Winne. And there's a slider low, 2-0. In the first 2 innings of this game, through 2 outs at least in the second inning, Jackson Cox had tremendous command of his fastball and curve. He has struggled since, but he gets that fastball on the outer edge for a strike. 2-1. Winne got into 56 games with a Greenville Drive where he batted .251. That fastball misses outside, ball 3, 3-1 the count. Winne was drafted in the 13th round of last year's draft out of Wake Forest by the Red Sox. Now here he is, 2 steps away. The 3-1 pitch. And the fastball misses outside, ball 4. And Jeff Cox is digging a hole for himself.
Yeah, I mean, the hit batsman, now you walk a guy. Now you're dealing first and second base with nobody out. And Dan, that comes on the heels of a 1-2-3 third inning. And now the pitching coach, Jerry Sullivan, out to try to get Cox back in the strike zone.
Well, Cox has been up and down in the first inning. The first batter of the game reached base on an error. Then he struck out the next 3, retired the first 2 batters in the second before giving up a single and back-to-back walks. He was bailed out when catcher Bryant Betancourt picked off Matt Frazier at third base to end the inning. As you said, Jeff, he gets the side in order in the third, but a hit batsman and a walk here in the fourth. And the Dogs have runners at first and second with nobody out for Marvin Alcantara by Sky to left field. Alcantara is not an easy out. Hartford Yard Goats tonight playing as the Hartford Schoolboys, honoring the Negro Leagues and Johnny Schoolboy Taylor. Swing and a miss as Alcantara chases a slider. Yard Goats infield looking to turn 2. There's a curveball buried in the dirt, bounces all the way to the backstop, and the runners will move up. Rosario to third, Winne to second. So now he's really in a mess.
Yep. Portland in good position to take the lead here.
Alcantara with 24 runs batted in on the year. Infield plays back. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He chases a slider. 1-2. This is the 20th meeting of the year between these two teams. Hartford has won 10, Portland 9. That's how close the series has been. Changeup is fouled off the netting above the first base dugout. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Yard Goats content to give up a run here. There's a fastball that backs Alcantara off the plate. 2-2. Fastball came in at 94. And the pitch count is mounting. We might get some stirring in the Hartford bullpen. Here's the 71st pitch thrown by Cox. And it's a curveball ripped into left field for a base hit. 1 run is in. The throw comes to the infield. And the Sea Dogs take a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Marvin Alcantara.
Now, leadoff hit batsman does blossom into a run, and Jack Winne goes from first to third base on the play.
It's going to bring up Matt Frazier. He singled to right field his first time up. Again, the Yard Goats will play the infield back, content to give up a run in exchange for a double play. And the fastball is upstairs, ball 1. Cox laboring once again here in the 4th inning. Hartford bullpen remains quiet, but the pitch count mounts. Alcantara leading off first, and that drew the attention of Cox. This Portland team likes to run. They're behind the Yard Goats in stolen bases with 107. Hartford now has 108 steals with a stolen base tonight. And the pitch is inside for a ball as Betancourt bluffs a throw to first. Alcantara does have 12 stolen bases on the year. He's the runner at first base. Winne, the runner at third, and that man, Matt Frazier, trying to do something productive for the Sea Dogs here. And the pitch, swing and a miss at a high fastball. 2-1. I think at this stage, if Cox could give his manager 4 innings, he'd sign for it.
Right.
There goes the runner from first, swung on and ripped fair down into the left field corner. Winne scores around third base. Coming down the line is Alcantara. He will score. It is a 2-run double for Matt Frazier, and the Sea Dogs take a 3-0 lead. Well, that was a high fastball, and Frazier went to the opposite field, that ball rattling around in the corner, and that gave Alcantara plenty of time to score from first base as Frazier picks up his 2nd and 3rd runs batted in as a Yard Goat. There's Winne scoring, and here comes Alcantara. And the Sea Dogs now have a 3-0 lead as Nellie Taylor will dig in. Still no bullpen action. Taylor squares to bunt. Pitches upstairs for a ball. There's nobody out.
Yeah, in the first 2, the hit batsman and walk both score, and Sea Dogs able to hang 3 on Jackson Cox in this 4th inning.
The 20th pitch of the inning thrown by Cox, and it's fouled back. That was a fastball. We're going to get some stirring now for Hartford.
Yep.
Frazier leads off second. Perez, the shortstop, shadowing him. There's a big rip, no contact by Taylor. And he's in the hole, 1-2. Taylor requests time, and it's granted. Sea Dogs have Cox on the ropes. Last night, Portland was 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position. They're doing better tonight, although they struggled early. There's a fastball, misses inside, 2-2.
Yeah, I think that was a strike. You look at TrackMan, and that was a strike. And
look at the Yard Goats bullpen. That's Cade Denton, beginning to loosen. 80th pitch about to be thrown by Cox, and the 24th this inning. And it's fouled back. Count remains at 2-2.
Good crowd here tonight, Dan. 6,028 watching the Yard Goats and Sea Dogs. And a very nice night in downtown Hartford.
More of the same weather for tomorrow, they're saying. There's a changeup. Misses way outside. 3-2 the count. Jackson Cox laboring here in this fourth inning. And the pitch. Did he swing and appeal? He did not. He managed to check his swing, and that's ball 4. There's the third base umpire, Tyler Hovick. He's also the crew chief. He made the decision that, in fact, Taylor held his swing. That was close.
Yep, it was close. That's 4 walks, though, for Jackson Cox.
Hartford pitching staff came into this game 7th in the Eastern League in walks allowed. Now Caden Rose, who hits 8th in the order, and that pitch is upstairs, ball 1. Right now, Cox is flirting with danger. 3 runs in, runners at first and second. Nobody out. There's a high pop-up. They should call the infield fly rule on this. And they do, as Riggio makes the catch for the first out. So 1 away, and that'll bring up the dangerous Franklin Arias. He's reached on an error and grounded out to third. He's been hot. Last night had 3 hits. In fact, he came into this game with 3 straight games of 3 hits apiece. And the fastball is a strike as Arias is unable to hold up on his swing. Number 1 prospect in the Red Sox organization right there. Leads the league in hitting. .318 average. Up there with runners at first and second and 1 out. Dogs in front. The pitch. Fastball. Lower portion of the zone for a strike, 0-2. The Yard Goats playing as the Hartford Schoolboys tonight. And Jeff, I love those uniforms.
Yeah, they're cool. I think the guys like them as well. Honoring Johnny Schoolboy Taylor from Hartford.
Oh, 2 the count. The pitch. Swung on and looped into left center field. It is going to drop in there for a base hit. Around third is Frazier. He will score. Sliding into third base is Taylor, and it is 5-0 Sea Dogs.
That's tough, Dan. Tough break for Cox because that was on an 0-2 pitch. And Arias able to do what he does, put a good swing on it to drive another run, and now a 4-0 lead for the visitors.
Nate Baez becomes the 8th dog to bat this inning. There's a look at Franklin Arias. He might be stealing a base here as Baez takes a pitch outside, ball 1. Been a tough inning for Jackson Cox. Cox about to throw his 32nd pitch in this inning and his 89th for the game. Popped up off the first base side. That will land on Main Street. 1-1 the count.
You wonder if he just gets this last out, if Robinson Cancel will get him out of the ball game after getting an out.
I mean, I'd be surprised if he stayed in there just by the pitch count alone. And that one is upstairs for a ball. 2-1.
He only gave up 1 hit the first 3 innings. That was a single. And I did walk 2 guys.
Now the deal. Swung on and ripped to right field. And a leaping attempt by the right fielder Torres gets by him. 1 run is in. Stopping at third base is Arias. In at second base with a double is Baez. And the Sea Dogs now lead it 5-0. Oh boy. That was a ball hit to the opposite field. Torres came in on it and had to leap and was unable to make the catch. And Jeff, that's going to be it for Jackson Cox.
Yep, we're going to go to a fresh arm here in this fourth inning. Cox just kind of ran out of steam in the fourth inning. Pitching change coming to you from Duncan Park.
Well, Jeff Dooley, there is a new pitcher in the ball game for the schoolboys, and it's Cade Denton.
Yeah, Denton comes in for Hartford at 3-4. 24 games, a 6.03 earned run average. He has 29 strikeouts in 34 1/3 innings. Denton pitching for the first time in this series. Last worked in the 20th at Reading and pitched an inning and a third scoreless. No walks, no hits, no runs, and a strikeout. So he'll try to settle down the Sea Dogs offense, Dan, which has erupted for 5 runs in the fourth inning.
Well, the Dogs have battered around as Brooke Brannon becomes the 9th Sea Dog to bat this inning. And Brooks is up there with runners at second and third. And the first pitch is popped up down the right field line. Long run for Torres. And did he make the catch? No, it's a foul ball. Runners are moving, but it is a foul ball. And so they will return to their bases. So Cade Denton comes on. Jackson Cox pitches 3 1/3 innings, allows 5 hits, at the moment 5 runs, walked 4, struck out 5 through 91 pitches. It's a lot of pitches in 3 1/3 innings. There's a strike called. 0-2 on Brannon. Brannon has had his issue with injuries. He's just happy to be healthy and trying to make an impact. And he has with those 10 home runs. The 0-2 pitch from Denton. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's a big strikeout and the second out of the inning. Third time already Brannon has struck out in already his third at bat in 4 innings. Now it's up to Ronald Rosario, who has struck out and began this inning by getting hit by a pitch. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. There's a drive to deep center field. Ranging back is Hill. Back on the track. He leaps and he makes the catch, saving 2 more runs and ending the top of the 4th. But the Dogs send 10 to the plate and score 5 after 3.5. It's Portland 5, Hartford nothing. This is Yard Goats baseball.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on. So I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the Tourist Park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Each year now we have a contest for our patients that they can design the jersey that's worn by the players this evening.
We do a jersey auction. The proceeds are raised to benefit Children's Hospital, and they have a chance to meet the players who wore the jerseys, get them autographed. We always talk about not playing for the name on the back, but when you feel like you're really playing for something and you're representing a community, it means a lot.
Lovich hits a high fly to right center field. Back goes Burkholder at the wall. It's gone, a home run. He's in as he hits for another one deep to right field. Humphreys back track at the wall. He leaps. It's gone, a home run. Crushed out to left center field and deep towards the gap. Beltran back, Burkholder back. They both look up. Look at that go for the third straight at bat. Jackson Lovich homers out to left center.
Portland with a 5 spot in the top of this 4th inning. They're feeling pretty good about things, as Perez was at the plate in the last of the 3rd when Rock Riggio was caught stealing, ending the bottom of the 3rd inning. Andy grounded out to second his first time up. Second in the league in hitting. He leads the league in hits. Pitch is ripped to the right side. Diving stop by Alcantara. His throw to first, not in time. Base hit by Perez to start the last of the 4th. Alcantara with a nice job smothering the baseball, but the fact he had to skid an extra second cost him that throw, pulling Brandon off the bag anyway. So the Yard Goats get the leadoff man on, and that'll bring up Bryant Betancourt. He'll fly to right his first time up. Betancourt did not play in last night's game. Got some very good numbers for Hartford. There's a throw to first, and Perez gets back. Bryant with 14 homers, 43 runs batted in. The 14 homers lead the team. He's second in runs batted in to Aiden Longwell, who has 44. Betancourt squaring to bunt. That pitch was ruled a ball. Perez with a sizable lead off of first base. And the pitch. Betancourt runs up to bunt and goes too far. That is a strike, 1-1. Bryant Betancourt, in his second year with the Yard Goats, has come a long way as a catcher, both defensively and offensively. Pitch on the way. There's a slider outside, 2-1. You would think with a 5-0 lead, it's going to take the jaws of life in order to pull Mullins out of this game tonight. He usually doesn't pitch deep into games. That's a sinker, which misses outside, ball 3-1. Mullins' longest outing this year, 6. And that pitch misses outside, ball 4. Well, that's the last thing he wants after his team scored 5 runs in the top of the inning to permit the first 2 Yard Goats to get on base. Perez on a single and Betancourt on a walk. And Cole Messina will dig in as Perez is at second. With one swing, Messina could put the Yard Goats back in this ball game. Infield and double play depth. Messina the DH tonight. He caught last night's game. That's a strike. Slider on the outside edge. 0-1. That infield plays Messina to pull. The outfield plays him to hit to the opposite field. There's a changeup fouled off the first base side, and Messina is in a 2-strike hole. Another dangerous hitter with power, Aiden Longwell, is on deck. The Yard Goats leader in runs batted in. Perez leads off second base. Betancourt off first. And there's a slider, misses outside. Messina wasn't biting. 1-2 the count as he looks down at his third base coach and manager Robinson Cancel running through a series of signs. Yard Goats did not take batting practice outside today. Some of the players might have taken it indoors. The 1-2. Fastball fisted foul off the first base side. That's going to land in the big crowd of 6,028 tonight. There's Robbie. First year as the Yard Goats manager, leading Hartford to a playoff spot in September after winning the first half. This is game 2 of the second half. 1-2 pitch is pulled to third. Winne steps on third, fires across and gets the double play. Well, he handled that with the poise of a veteran, not somebody playing his second game at Double-A. Watch how Winne handles this. Fields it, calmly goes to third base, steps on the bag, and then uses the bag to plant his back foot and get the throw off to nail Messina. And the Sea Dogs turn the 5-3 double play. Betancourt advances to second base. And now Aiden Longwell, who fouled out to third his first time up. And the breaking ball outside, ball 1. Longwell in his first year at the Double-A level, he played for Robinson Cancel at High A Spokane last year. And the two are now together in Hartford and have collaborated on a spot on the playoffs. That's a sinker in there for a strike. 1-1 the count on Aiden. He'll play some outfield on occasion, but he's principally a first baseman. That man right there, Hayden Mullins, making his 5th start of the year against the Yard Goats. First 3 starts resulted in no decisions. There's a ground ball on the right side. Alcantara fields. Sidearm toss to first, and the ball is dropped by Brannon. How did he drop that? I don't know if that ball had an erratic wiggle to it, but Alcantara gets to it no problem as we watch the replay. Brannon in position, and it looks as if he never really closed his first baseman's mitt. And so the Yard Goats are still alive here in this 4th inning. Alcantara should get an assist and Brannon an error. Here's Mike Antico, walked his first plate appearance, the newest Yard Goat. And he takes a pitch outside, ball 1. That's just what it will be. An assist for the second baseman, an error on a dropped throw by the first baseman. And now Hartford with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Pitch misses outside. The last time the Sea Dogs were in for a 6-game series in May, the entire series, they did not commit 1 error. The entire 6 games. They've committed 3 errors already in this series. And it's only game 2, the 4th inning, as that pitch sits Antico down. Oh boy, that'll shake the cobwebs loose. Antico calmly gets back up and says something to Mullins. I don't know what that was all about, but he had something to say. .30 pitch. In there for a strike. Fastball gets the outer edge. 3-1 the count. Hayden Mullins. Seeing this pitch count begin to mount. Here's his 61st pitch of the game. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Came at him with a fastball, 3-2. Mullins gave up a leadoff single to Perez, then the walk. Then he was helped out by a 5-3 double play, the error, and now he is 3-2 to Antico. With 2 men on, runner breaks from first on the 3-2 pitch, but it's on the outside corner, strike 3 called. Antico doesn't like it, expresses his disapproval with the plate umpire Ian Durkin, He's not happy at all, but he is victimized on that called third strike, ending the fourth. We've played 4. It's the Sea Dogs 5, the Schoolboys nothing. This is Hartford Baseball on Odyssey.
The 0-2. He popped foul left side. Wallace again gives chase at this foul ball. He might have room by the dugout. He leaps right in front of the dugout and makes the catch right in front of the dugout.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
The design for the HVR jersey is inspired from the national flag colors of Bhutan. The saffron represents the monastic division. The yellow represents the monarch. And the dragon is a white dragon, a peaceful dragon.
I think probably the coolest feature, though, is the druk, which is the dragon and is the national symbol of Bhutan. Really happy to integrate that in the jerseys, and I think they came out really nice.
Lapped out to center field. Clark a few steps back now, and he's got a sprint. Dives and makes the catch! Throw comes into third base. Morabito tags up and advances. Throw back to first, and they got Melendez in a pickle.
Well, the sun is setting in downtown Hartford, and there's a nice silhouette. Gorgeous sight on this first Wednesday of summer. Jack Winne leads it off. Second game at the AA level. He has struck out, walked, and scored a run. Checks his swing and takes the first pitch inside, ball 1. Cade Denton starts his first clean inning on in relief of Jackson Cox. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Cox ended up pitching 3 into third and allowing 5 runs earned. There's a fastball all the way to the backstop. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Mentioned earlier how the Portland Sea Dogs is a franchise, and they've been affiliated with both at the time they were the Florida Marlins and now the Boston Red Sox. Have played 4,297 games. It's a lot of baseball games in Maine. And they need a win tonight to stay above the 500 mark. There's a looper into shallow right field. It's going to drop in front of Torres for a base hit. And there's the first AA hit for Jack Winne. So life is treating him fairly well. He started a double play to get his team out of a jam in the last of the fourth. He's already scored a run tonight, and he's on base for the second time with his first AA hit. That's got to be feeling pretty good. Here's Marvin Alcantara, who has skied to left and singled. And the first pitch is a fastball in there for a strike. Anyway, the Sea Dogs enter tonight's game. 1 game over 500 in the history of the franchise. That's a strike. 0-2. 2,149 wins. 2,148 losses. They actually have a losing record affiliated with the Red Sox. That's a ball, 1-2. During their affiliation with the Red Sox, they have 1,504 wins, 1,531 losses. Ball 2 is Denton. Herrera's back and fires, but misses low. 2-2. And the fact that the Sea Dogs are winning tonight should not come as a surprise, because they have had a very good month of June. They really helped the Yard Goats last week. There's a drive to deep left field. Antico on the track, leaps, and he makes the catch. Well, Antico with a great catch on a drive hit by Alcantara, and that's the first out of the inning. Watch it again. All 5'9" of Antico. Don't know if that ball would have made it over, but nevertheless, no, that would have been an extra base hit. But Antico with a nice grab for the first out. Now Matt Frazier, big 2-run double his last time up. He's 2 for 2. Mentioned how the Sea Dogs helped the Yard Goats last week because they helped knock Somerset out of that race. Took 4 out of 6 from Somerset, while the Yard Goats were beating up on Reading to clinch the Northeast Division. Frazier looks at a strike. So that's what we mean about how it's been a good month for the Sea Dogs. They've been among the top teams in the EL in the month of June. Fouled back as Frazier gets jammed. 0-2 the count. In the month of June, the Sea Dogs are in the top 3 in the Eastern League in runs, average, slugging percentage, on base percentage, extra base hits, total bases. There's a high pop-up off the third base side. That's going to land in the crowd. Remember, the Red Sox AA affiliate used to be in Connecticut years ago. First in Bristol, Connecticut, and then New Britain. Then they went to Trenton, and then up to Portland, where it's been a very happy relationship. 0-2 the count. Fouled back. 5 runs, 6 hits for the Sea Dogs. No runs, 2 hits for Hartford. Each team has committed an error. Sea Dogs have left 5 on base, Hartford 4. And game 2 of a 6-game series. Series continues tomorrow night, 7:10 start. Fouled back again, out of play. Hope you come on out. Lot of activity planned for Duncan Park. Tomorrow is a hot dog jersey giveaway to the first 1,000 kids. You get a hot dog jersey tomorrow night. Pink Hat Night on Friday night. That's also a 7:10 start. 0-2 pitch. Upstairs for a ball. 1-2. Then the big fireworks display on Saturday. In fact, it's going to be a fireworks display after the game on Friday and a double fireworks display on Saturday to celebrate America 250. A double fireworks night is what they're calling it. Big show planned. Here's the fastball upstairs. Betancourt bluffs a throw to first. Nothing doing. 3-2 now the count. Hartford pitchers are throwing a lot of pitches. That's a problem. I mean, Cox threw 91 pitches and 3 1/3. Denton is up to 21. You're over 100 pitches thrown, and you're only in the 5th inning. That's a lot of pitches. Fouled back again. Now, part of it is the fact these Sea Dogs hitters are hanging in and fouling pitches off, running up the pitch count. But there's no way over the course of a season your pitching staff is going to withstand that many pitches thrown. Payoff pitch. Bounced slowly to the third base side. Jorge doesn't have a play. And the infield hit will put runners at first and second. And how about Matt Frazier? He's 3 for 3. Having his best game since joining the Sea Dogs. Nellie Taylor gets a crack now. You see that infield hit. Jorge unable to make a play. Taylor has walked twice tonight, scored a run. And the Dogs have runners at first and second with 1 out, already leading 5-0. And the pitch is a fastball on the inner edge for a strike, 0-1. Look at Taylor. Taylor, the 21st ranked prospect in the Red Sox system. That pitch goes all the way to the backstop, and the runners will move up. So a wild pitch thrown by Denton, and Winne advances to third base. Frazier to second. Taylor's quite a courageous story as Denton tries to pitch out of this mess. The Yard Goats have brought the infield in. That's a ball, 2-1. At the age of 5, Taylor required surgery to remove a cancerous kidney. But he's been an inspiration, going on to be a multi-sport star. That's a ball, 3-1. He had offers to play college basketball at Polk State Community College in Florida. He's been working on his bat speed. There's a strike, 3-2. Cutter catches the upper portion of the zone. But he's a courageous story. Payoff pitch. Popped up behind the plate, foul and out of play. There's Nellie Taylor. And what he has done to battle and play professional baseball is quite a story. Payoff pitch. Popped up into shallow right field. Riggio was playing in. He's dropping back, says, "I've got it," and he does. And the runners hold their ground, 2 away.
That's another Payment Award presented by South & Shop, which means another 5 meals donated to the South &
That's a big out.
Food Pantry Program.
Base hit scores 2, and a 7-0 lead just feels larger than a 5-0 lead. So that means this guy here is a big batter, Caden Rose, who has walked and popped out to second. And he's up there with 2 men on and 2 outs in the top of the 5th. And the first pitch from Denton is way inside, ball 1. Cade Denton trying to wiggle off the hook. His pitch is ripped into left field, a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Frazier. Here comes the throw, wide. No throw down to second as the ball gets away from Betancourt. 2-run score, and the Sea Dogs lead it 7-0 on the hit by Caden Rose. Jorge didn't even move, and Tico taking a shot on trying to nail Frazier. The throw was wide, and that enabled the runner to advance to second base. Once the throw came to the plate, Rose was taking off for second anyway. So the Rose hit blossoms into 2 more runs, and the Dogs have cracked this thing open. Now Franklin Arias, and the league leader in hitting, takes a curveball outside, ball 1. $7-0 Portland. That's a ball, 2-0. And all the scoring has been done in the last 2 innings. That's a curveball, misses low. 3-0 the count. Portland scored 5 times in the 4th, sent 10 to the plate. Arias is the 6th batter to step to the plate this inning. There's a strike he was taking all the way, 3-1. That's tough. 16 batters in 2 innings. Three and 1 the count. And the pitch. Ball 4. Curveball breaks low. And the inning continues. That's already the 5th walk given up by Hartford pitching tonight, and that's going to bring Nate Baez to the plate. He has struck out, fouled out to third, and knocked in a run with a double. And here comes pitching coach Jerry Sullivan. Well, you see the numbers as we get bullpen action for Hartford. 37 pitches thrown by Denton in what amounts to an inning and a third. Cox threw 91 pitches. That is a lot of pitches, 128 pitches, and we're still 2 outs in the 5th inning. Sullivan has his say. Hartford pitching has done a fine job. You look at the overall numbers, and it's one of the reasons that the Yard Goats won the first half. Their starting pitching was the best in the league, and overall coming into this game, they had a team ERA of 4.44, which is 3rd in the Eastern League, as Michael Prosecki is warming up for the Goats. We're going to get to see Michael. More than likely, the pitch. And Baez takes it low, ball 1. Denton can't find the strike zone. Simple as that. And the big crowd sitting on its hands tonight with Hartford trailing 7-0 in the 5th. That's a ball. 2-0 the count. One of those nights. Rose leads off second and Arias off first. Ball 3. Denton cannot find the strike zone. He might try and lay this pitch in. Here it comes. And it's a fastball in there for a strike. Baez taking all the way. 3 balls, 1 strike the count on the Portland backstop tonight. And the pitch is in there. Strike 2 call. 3-2. Baez played 3 seasons at Arizona State. Originally selected by the Minnesota Twins in the 12th round of the 2022 draft. Runners will be moving now on the 3-2 pitch, and it is grounded back to the mound. Denton flags it down. Underhands it to his first baseman.
Barquisimeto, Venezuela, 27-year-old. Here's the pitch. Lined in the shallow right. In comes Pinckney towards the line. Galloping forward, dives! Makes a spectacular catch! Andrew Pinckney lunging out and making a slip and slide grab near the right field foul line for the first out of the bottom of the 2nd. And then Pinckney laying out there and reeling it in. So 1 out to begin the bottom of the 2nd.
That one is gone. Asen Morabel leaves the yard. This one's along the ground. That'll get through Murph Gray. That'll score 2 runs. Cracked into center field. Runner trying to go for third, and he is in safely. Morabel is hit for the cycle. A solo shot in the 1st, double in the 6th, triple in the 7th, single in the 9th.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Well, a look at Duncan Park on this Wednesday night. As we head to the last of the 5th, Jose Torres will lead it off. He struck out swinging his first time up. Aiden Mullins, trying to win his 4th game of the year, needs to pitch this 5th inning at least and depart with the lead in order to qualify. Through 4 innings, he has shut out the Yard Goats. And here's the first pitch to Torres, and he hits it on 1 hop to second. Alcantara skips, throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Yeah, Sea Dogs making the plays, Dan.
They are, and they've been getting those big hits. Now this time Brandon makes sure he holds on to the baseball as Alcantara handles it flawlessly. G.J. Hill, switch hitter, batting right, struck out swinging his first time up. The pitch, swing and a miss at a slider, strike one, 0-1. Longest outing for Mullins in a game this year, 6. That came early in the season.
And we told you earlier he had gone less than 5 each of his last 3 starts, but chance to change that tonight.
Pitch is ripped into left field, a base hit. So G.J. Hill continues his hitting, finding the hole between third and short for a base hit. I'm not so sure he's going to be running here after his 4 stolen base night, including 2 steals of home last night.
No, not down 7-0.
Not down 7-0, no. Dion Jorge is singled and struck out. Aidan Mullins, the left-hander, delivers. And that pitch is way inside, ball 1. There is more bullpen action, so I'm sure we're going to see Michael Prosecki, who's been warming up. I'm sure we'll see him in the 6th inning, Jeff.
I would think so.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Driven in the air down the right field line. That's going to land out of play.
Good to see him back, Prosecki, Dan, and pitching again.
Yep. Take a look at what G.J. Hill did last night, tying a franchise record with 4 steals in 1 game. That was in the 2nd. He steals 2nd. That's in the 2nd. He steals 3rd. And hold on, because he also steals home. 3 steals right there. As that pitch is a slider. And then on the back end of a double steal, he stole home. 4 stolen bases in 1 game, 2 steals of home. 1-2, the count on Jorge. The pitch. Fisted foul off the first base side. That's going to land out of the ballpark. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 7-0 Portland here in the last of the 5th inning. G.J. Hill, the runner at first base with 1 out, and Jorge requesting time, and it's granted by the plate umpire, Ian Durkin. Now Jorge settles back in. One-two pitch. Breaking ball just misses. 2-2. On a game and a half now with a lot of scoring in this series, but no home runs. There's a drive to right field, but angling over is Rose, and he puts it away for the 2nd out. 2 away now for Rock Riggio, who has struck out and walked. Rose had it all the way. Now we're going to get a stoppage in play as Baez wants to have a conversation with Mullins. Plate umpire is Ian Durkin, and he's going to keep track of how many visits it's been. Meanwhile, the crowd trying to come alive here on this Wednesday. That's an inordinately long conversation.
Yeah.
But it was permitted because Riggio was in a long conversation with Durkin. So everybody doing a lot of talking. Now we'll see if they do some playing here. With Hill at first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on and ripped into right field, up base hit. Hill stops at second as Rose gets the ball back. Rock Riggio with a base hit, and the Yard Goats have runners at first and second.
Now they're trying to chip away, Dan, with 2 outs. We've seen his team rally a lot with 2 outs and see if they can make a dent in this 7-0 score here in the 5th inning.
Andy Perez will get a crack as Riggio is aboard with that base hit. Andy has grounded out to second and singled. Here's the set by Mullins and the pitch. Grounded through the middle, up base hit. Hill is around third. He will score. And the Yard Goats are on the board. It is 7-1 Portland on the run-scoring single by Andy Perez.
Well, you got to get 1 before you get 7, Dan, right?
That's right.
Ground ball hit up the middle, and now the Sea Dogs need to try to get Mullins through this 5th inning so he's eligible for a win.
Trying to nurse one more out of him as Hill brings home a run number 1 for the Hartford Schoolboys. Bryant Betancourt. One swing here, he could put the Yard Goats right back in the ball game, and he leads the team in home runs with 14. Swing and a foul back, 0-1.
Yeah, that'd be a huge lift midway through this game if he could homer.
Now Mullins has thrown 74 pitches. His pitch count has been manageable. But you get the idea, one way or the other, this is going to be his last inning.
Right. I would think.
Looking at his history. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and ripped into right field. It is a base hit. Around third base is Riggio. He will score. On his way to third is Perez. It is a run-scoring single for Betancourt. And it is now Portland 7, Hartford 2.
Now the Sea Dogs thinking, oh boy, we've seen this movie before. A 7-run lead, and the Yard Goats were down by even more than that. Came back and won in Portland, Maine.
How do you like this? Manager Kyle Cicela is going to yank him from the ball game. Wow.
I'm surprised.
Out away,
yeah,
Jeff.
I'm surprised. Yeah, he's not going to finish.
No. Unable to get that last out to qualify for a win. Pitching change at Duncan Park with a score. Portland 7, Hartford 2. We'll be back to tell you all about it in just a moment. This is Yard Goats Baseball. Now the pride of Cheshire, Connecticut, there he is. Michael Sansone comes on, and he inherits a 5-run lead. He has the chance to be a winning pitcher if he can maintain this lead, as Hayden Mullins is unable to get one more out to qualify for the victory as a starting pitcher. There are the numbers for Sansone. 1-0 record, a 4.43 earned run average, making his 7th appearance. And Cole Messina bats here. Messina has struck out and grounded into a double play. He's up with 2 men on base, 2 outs here in the 5th. And the first pitch from Sansone is a strike. 7-2 Sea Dogs, 2 runs in. And Hayden Mullins is out of this game. And Michael Sansone of Cheshire, Connecticut is in the game. 1-strike pitch. Upstairs. 1-1. We saw Sansone the last time Portland came through here last month. Had family and friends here. Although most of his family now lives in Florida. Swing and a miss, strike 2 as Messina goes downstairs and comes up empty with that swing. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch. In there, strike 3 called. Sinker over the heart of the plate. And Sansone comes on and restores order. Yard Goats score 2 into 5. It's Portland 7. Hartford 2. This is Yard Goats baseball on Odyssey.
Picked up right where he left off last year. First pitch with a runner breaking, popped into shallow right center. Bradfield on the run along with Fabian, a diving play for the out. And with Jones running, he will easily be doubled up at first base. Just a matter of whether Fabian or Bradfield could make the play. Fabian did. Couldn't tell if Holiday put a little deke on Jones there. He went in head first on the dive. I don't think he had any idea.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
Well, there's a new pitcher in the ball game for the Hartford Yard Goats. He is Michael Prosecki. Comes on. So Prosecki returning to the Goats, making his 5th appearance. No wins, no losses. A 1.50 earned run average. He'll work first to Brooks Brannon. 7-2 Portland. There's a strike called on Brannon, who tonight has struck out 3 times. Good to see Prosecki back.
Yeah, it really is. I think he's going to be a key what the Goats do in the second half, Dan, and in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a great point. They're going to need his arm. 1-1. That's a ball. 2-1. Prosecki did work in Reading. There's a roller to short, and Perez throws Brandon out for the first out here in the top of the 6th. That was a fastball from Prosecki, and Perez with the off-balance toss. Now Ronald Rosario, who has struck out, been hit by a pitch and fly deep to center. Great catch out in dead center against the wall by G.J. Hill. And the overhand curveball is inside, ball 1. Prosecki against the Fightin' Phils on Sunday pitched 2 scoreless innings, struck out 1, walked 2. There's a big swing and a miss, 0-2 the count on Rosario. Before that, he had not pitched in a game for Hartford since April the 14th. He's making his first appearance against Portland. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So I beg your pardon, strike 2. 1-2 the count. Now the pitch. That's fisted foul onto Main Street. Sea Dogs have been very productive in the middle innings tonight. 5 runs in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Hartford scored 2 in the last of the 5th. That's a ball. 2-2 the count. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets him to swing at a changeup, and quickly 2 are gone here in the top of the 6th inning. It's going to bring up Jack Winne. Got his first double-A hit his last time up. He also has walked, struck out, scored a couple of runs. Prosecki delivers, swing and a miss, strike 1. Last year, Prosecki was very productive, went 11-7 in 27 starts between Hartford and High A Spokane. So he knows what it's like to pitch at the Double-A level. That's a ball. Prosecki from Hinsdale, Illinois. There's a ball ripped into the gap in left center field. Cut off in the gap, but on his way to second base is Winne, and he slides in with a double. His second hit at the Double-A level, and it's a 2-base hit. So he's found the stroke, Jeff.
Yeah. A little gapper out to left center field, and 2-out, 2-base hit for the Sea Dogs. You'll love to get one back. It's a 5-run game.
Now Marvin Alcantara. Alcantara has skied to left, knocked in a run with a single, and then backed Antico up to the wall and left, where Mike made a nice catch. So he's 1 for 3. Swing and a miss. No, just got a piece of it. It's a foul, nothing in 1. You know, it's been a tough night for your pitching staff when you're already the 4th time through the other team's batting order, and we're only in the 6th inning.
I was going to say, in the game's in the 6th inning.
Looks like we got a substitute trainer here tonight. Jeff, I see our buddy is not here, Justin Wilson. And making sure Betancourt is okay. Might have gotten it right underneath his chin. He really takes a beating. All the catchers do.
He does.
But Bryant in particular really gets beaten up. It got him right underneath the catcher's mask.
Ouch.
Nothing in 1 the count on Alcantara. Prosecki delivers, swing and a miss at a changeup. Nothing in 2. Winne, the runner at second base, 7-2 Portland. It's the top of the 6th. And the pitch. Bounces away from Betancourt. Winne on his way to third. There's the throw, not in time. And so now the Dogs have a runner 90 feet away.
Yeah, looking to add on is Portland.
That's the 3rd wild pitch thrown by Hartford pitching tonight. Now the set and the 1-2 pitch. Driven in the air to right center field. It is going to drop for a hit. Winne scores. Aboard at first with a run-scoring single is Alcantara. And the Sea Dogs now lead it 8-2. So all this coming after the first 2 batters were retired.
Yeah, good bid by Torres, who laid out for it, but just couldn't quite get the glove underneath the baseball.
Well, here's Matt Frazier. He's working on a perfect night. A single, a 2-run double, a single, and 2 runs scored. 3 for 3. And the pitch is a fastball over for a strike. 8 runs on 10 hits now for the Sea Dogs. 2 runs on 6 hits for the Hartford Schoolboys. Here's the 0-1. Bounces again in the dirt, and Alcantara will take off for second base. That's unbelievable. 4 wild pitches in the first 6 innings of this game.
Yep.
That also got a piece of Betancourt again. And so the plate umpire, Ian Durkin, doing a great job of giving Bryant some time, brushing off the plate. One and one the count. Prosecki on in relief, the third pitcher used by the Yard Goats, and that's a slider upstairs. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And the pitch. Bounces all the way to the backstop. Another wild pitch. And Alcantara moves to third. That is incredible.
Yep. A lot of dirt balls today.
I've seen stuff in the last 2 nights I don't think I've ever seen.
Right.
A player stealing home plate twice in a game among his 4 steals. And 6 wild pitches.
And 9 stolen bases last night.
Yeah, 9 stolen bases last night. Pitch is fouled back. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Just misses outside, ball 4. So this inning began with so much promise for Prosecki after getting the first 2 batters.
Yeah, look like 1-2-3 inning, an innocent ground out and a strikeout. And now it's a run in and runners at the corners against Prosecki.
Nellie Taylor has walked twice, popped out to second. And the pitch. Low for a ball. Now the delivery way upstairs. 2-0 the count. I mean, you saw Prosecki pitch in Reading, and he threw 2 scoreless innings in the Sunday game.
Looked good, thrilled to be back for sure. And again, an arm that the Goats are going to need.
There's a strike. 2-1. I think the fact that his pitch count is mounting could mean we're only going to see him for 1 inning tonight. Here's the 2-1. This one is hit on a hop to short. Perez throws to first, and that ends the inning. But the Dogs tack on a run. We've played 5.5. It's Portland 8, Hartford 2. This is Yard Goats Baseball on Odyssey.
here for the Fred Nats late. And he cranks this one to right field, falling fast. It's down for a base hit, and it gets by Sanchez. 1 bag for Willits. 2 bags. Here he comes for 3. He's getting waved around third. Relay to the plate is past the catcher Ortega. Eli Willits circles the bases and gets the Fred Nats within 1 here in the 7th.
There goes Harris for the plate. He is stealing home. The throw there is not in time. Dakota Harris breaking for home against Maddox Bruns. And again,
Sox organization for the Sea Dogs. Aiden Longwell leads off the last of the 6th inning, 8-2 Portland. Michael Sansone in there. And now he is the pitcher of record for the Sea Dogs, and if he maintains the lead, he'll get the win. He came on and struck out Messina to end a Hartford threat in the 5th. Strike called on Longwell.
Dan, he's got to have some friends and family here tonight.
Yeah, I would think so.
How great is that? Someone from Cheshire pitching here at Duncan Park.
Went to Fairfield. 0-1 pitch. That's a strike. Catches the outer edge. 0-2. Longwell 0 for 2 tonight. Two-strike pitch. Breaking ball low. 1-2. All the scoring in tonight's game done in the middle 3 innings. This was a 0-0 game going to the top of the 4th. 1-2 pitch. Driven in the air down the left field line. That is going to be a foul ball. Just looking at the schedule this week, we've got a double fireworks show on Saturday night.
Wow.
How about that, huh?
Yeah, the 250th anniversary. Oh, we've waited 250 years for it, Dan. We might as well.
That's right.
Blast them off.
Yep.
The fans love the fireworks on Fridays and Saturdays here in Hartford.
Here's the 1-2. Pulled foul by that first base dugout and onto the field.
I think Zach Kokoska is going to come back maybe Friday, Dan, too, so that'll be a huge boost to the Yard Goats offense. And when he got hurt, that was making me nervous because that was right before the Reading road trip. Now, they ended up winning 4 of 6, but he was going really hot.
Yeah. Here's the deal. Low for a ball.
I mean, last thing, you never want to get hurt, but boy, he got hurt at a bad time when he was going great.
Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a curve, strike 3. Oh my goodness. The catcher Baez went to throw the ball around the horn and he whacked the home plate umpire. Watch this. Boom.
Oh,
gets
wow.
him right on the left side of his chin.
See if he gets a borderline
goodness.
call now, right?
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen. That's been the kind of a game it's been tonight. Right there. Here's Mike Antico. And he rips it right to the second baseman Alcantara. 2 away.
Yeah, the catcher's taking a beating, as is the umpire at home plate.
Honest to goodness, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
He goes to whip it around the horn and he whacks the umpire. Jose Torres is struck out and grounded out to second. The pitch. That's a ball. 8-2 Sea Dogs. And the pitch is fouled back 1-1. G.J. Hill on deck. Here's the pitch. Lifted in the air to right field. Rose angling towards the foul line. Makes the catch in fair territory. And all Sansone has done is retire all 4 batters he's faced, including the side in order.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
That'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
1-0. Fastball, teeing off in a left field. Ortiz chasing it back. Alvarez, track, wall. It is out of here. D'Angelo goes yard for the first time in his professional career. He points out to right field, and D'Angelo Ortiz has done something he has never done in his professional career. He's done it in batting practice, but now he gets to do it in a real game.
All right, so here's the Mets home jersey. To me, growing up in New York, also a very iconic jersey. The blue pinstripes that represented the Dodgers. Got the orange outline, which represented the Giants, which are the 2 teams that left New York. And then subsequently, the Mets were created. You know, my parents were Mets fans growing up, and this was the jersey that I also dreamed of wearing.
5 runs in the 4th inning, 2 more in the 5th, 1 in the 6th for the Sea Dogs. They've got an 8-2 lead. Jackson Cox started the game for Hartford. Only allowed 1 hit through 3 innings, although he did walk 2 batters, but worked out of a bases loaded spot when Matt Frazier got picked off by catcher Brian Betancourt. So things look good for the hometown 9 until the 4th. Cox hit the leadoff guy, then walked the next batter, and then it was boom, boom, boom. Single, 2-run single later in the inning. RBI hit, and then an RBI double. And Blinken was 5-0. That's fouled off at home plate. And strike 3. I'm going to say he did not foul it. Although Rose is going to plead his case, and I think he's going to win. I'm going to say foul ball, and Caden is alive.
No, now Robinson Cancel's going to come out. He wants an explanation.
Yard Goats had thrown the ball around the horn.
Robbie wants.
Now, he was a catcher, so.
Right.
Maybe he's saying interference. Did he hit the mitt?
He didn't foul off that baseball. It didn't look like it from that angle hit the bat. Looked like a swing and a miss.
Chopper to third. Jorge rushing in. And he throws out Rose for out number 1. So the out still goes in the books. Prosecki with his 2nd full inning. Yard Goats got their only 2 runs in the 5th inning, and back-to-back ribby singles by Andy Perez and Bryce Betancourt. Franklin Arias has a hit in 3 at-bats and a walk. He's got himself a 4-game hit streak. 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot of talent. Just 20 years old is Arias. Top prospect for Boston. And Dan told you earlier, there's Red Sox fans, they know who their top guys are. They watch him closely. There's fans that watch every at-bat. Whether they're watching the broadcast now or just checking the box scores. Got to be patient, though. He'll arrive in Beantown at some point. Easy when a team is struggling to say bring guys up, as that has hit foul and out of play. But you do have to watch out for that player, Dan, and make sure that he is ready, because we've seen enough of these guys go up and they're not ready, and sometimes it can really hurt their careers. As Arias able to get out of the way of an inside fastball.
It's not an easy game, and the jump from Double-A to big league baseball is tremendous. And baseball might seem to some like a station-to-station game, but at every level the game moves quickly for the player, particularly at the top level.
It's fouled off at home plate. It stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. But a lot to like about Arias. Just have to be patient. He does have power. He's got a good glove. Leads the team in home runs and RBI. And showing some patience here as he is able to lay off a 4-seam fastball. The count fills now 3-2. There's a line drive down the left field line. That's going to find a spot down towards the corner. And Tico will dig it out, heading for second base is Arias, and he chugs in with a leadoff 1-out double.
Now he just went down after that pitch and turned on it. Good piece of hitting by Arias, and here he is again with his 4th straight multi-hit game, and there's a good chance he'll bat in the 9th inning, which would give him a chance for 4 straight 3-hit games.
Yep. Maybe he is ready. Maybe send him to Boston. In fact, you know what? We'll pack up his luggage.
Hey, the Yankees are in town tomorrow night in Boston. Send him up there right after this game. He might get there before the Red Sox do.
Here's Nate Baez, the catcher. He swings and grounds it into right field for a base hit. Arias rounding third, heading to the plate. Here comes the throw, and there's plenty in time, and Arias will be tagged out. So a good strong throw from the outfield to get Arias, and the second out is recorded at home plate.
And Jeff, I could not help but watch, and maybe we'll see it on the replay, how Arias looked back at his third base coach and manager as he was thrown out by Plenty. Now watch, he looks back like, what were you doing sending me? He's shaking his head.
Yep.
He's not happy that he was sent, but Cicela was sending him all the way, and he's not happy. Watch his reaction. Oh, boy.
Gave him the death stare. As Brooks Branyan takes strike 1. That was a good throw.
Yep.
Right on the money. One ball, 1 strike. Brandon 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts tonight, so he is one of the very few Sea Dogs that have struggled tonight. There's a liner and a right and a base hit. It's 3 straight hits of Michael Prosecki. The Goats got a nice out at the plate, though, when Arias was thrown out. Sea Dogs, Dan, now with 13 hits.
I mean, they've got their hitting shoes on tonight. There's no doubt about that. No matter what the Hartford pitchers throw up, they are, boom, getting hit. As you take a look at Brannon.
Ronald Rosario is the DH. He tracks low for a ball.
There is bullpen action for Hartford. Already the 5th time through the batting order, and we're in the 7th inning. That'll give you the idea what kind of a night it's been.
That's up high. 2 balls, no strikes. Garden Goats with 2 runs on 6 hits this evening. That's in the dirt, kicks away from Betancourt, and the wild pitch will advance 2 in a scoring position. Another wild pitch. Carlos Torres is up in the Hartford pen out in right. That's ball 4. And the base is now loaded against Michael Prosecki for one of the newbies, Jack Winne.
Now here comes Jerry Sullivan, the pitching coach. I mean, they want to give Prosecki some work, but he has pitched in trouble in both innings that he appeared. He started the 6th inning, retired the first 2 batters, and then the roof caved in as he gave up a run. And now in the 7th, if not for that play by Torres throwing Arias out at home plate, there'd be another run in. As it is, there's 2 outs, but the bases are loaded. And you get the idea, one way or another, this is going to be the last batter that Prosecki faces.
I was watching that conversation, and you know who's giving some input was the second baseman, Rock Riggio. He was talking to Sullivan. I wonder if they have a play on at second base.
It's possible.
Rock is at second base actually talking to Brooks Brennan, the base runner. Winne is in and takes low for a ball as he begins him with a 4-seam fastball. Sea Dogs up 6 here in the 7th, looking to put this game away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yard Goats will have 3 more shots at the Sea Dogs bullpen. Hayden Mullins went 4 2/3 innings, but came out shy of qualifying for a win, even though his team had a 7-2 lead in the 5th. That's outside. The count goes to 2-1. Who knows, maybe Michael Sansone, the Cheshire native, will get a chance to get the win. He's in the game, or was in the game last inning.
He's in position, that's for sure.
He is. And now it's 3-1. And Prosecki has dug himself a hole with the bases loaded. Bases full of Sea Dogs with 2 out. The 3-1 en route to Winne. And it's low ball for Prosecki's walked in a run. In from third comes Nate Baez. And it's now 9-2.
Almost looked as if Prosecki twisted something on his follow-through. And here comes Robinson Cancel, Jeff. It's going to do it.
Yeah, after back-to-back walks, Cancel will go to the bullpen here in the 7th. Pitching change coming to you from Duncan Park with the score Portland 9 and Hartford 2. Well, Dan, new pitcher is Carlos Torres, who comes in for Hartford.
Well, Torres making his 24th appearance of the season, all in relief. 4 wins, 2 losses, 4 saves, and he has a 2.78 earned run average. He inherits a bases loaded situation with a run in, and Hartford trailing by the score of 9-2. Last time Torres pitched was at Reading on the 18th of June, pitched 2 innings, allowed a run on 2 hits. In fact, he got into a couple of those games in Reading and had a hold, which is not an official statistic, but a hold. In other words, he came on and preserved the team's lead, something he doesn't have to worry about here. He's just in to get some work.
So Marvin Alcantara will bat. A run in and a bases loaded walk, and Alcantara bats with him loaded up. He's got 2 singles tonight. Swings here and grounds on the third off the mitt of Jorge. It's going to sneak through. 1 run is in. Everyone moves up a station, and Alcantara hit it hard, but right off the glove of Jorge. It is now 10-2.
Now that seemed to knock him down for some reason. Yep. Closed his glove too soon, but that's a play we normally see Jorge make.
Yep. Should be an error charge for the Goats' third baseman. His second. Now Matt Frazier hits. He swings away and grounds on right to the second baseman. Riggio gets low to make the play, rises up and throws out Frazier to end the inning. Again, arrows charged on Dion Jorge if he's scoring at home. Sea Dogs, though, add 2. Stretch time in Hartford, 10-2.
The 8th pitch is a line shot right field side. Tonocello dove and got it! No way! A game-saving play.
1-2. In the air, deep left. Going back, and this ball is gone. 1-1. Hit hard and deep to left center. Going back, and Kyler Fedko has his second of the day. Littles 1-2. Fly ball left center. And Trey Cruz looks up. Goodbye. 3rd time today, Kyler Fedko. All smiles.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
This 7th-inning stretch is brought to you by Starling Physicians. Healthcare the way it should be in over 30 convenient locations. Now,
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Marte with 4 hits in 5 at-bats. 0-1. Line foul right back into the net. 0-2 from Lee. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And comes home with a strike. Lee fires again, and Tolia waves and misses. 0-2. Lee spins one over for strike 1. The 2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Baez goes down on strikes. Impressive stuff there from Zach Lee.
I was in AAA, and right before the game, they said, no, you gotta stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
So we shall see what happens as G.J. Hill will lead it off. Then we flip to the top of the order, Dion Jorge and Rock Riggio, Jeff. So see what happens as Michael Sansone begins to pitch yet again.
Yeah, 26-year-old back, Cheshire native. They'll face the switch hitting G.J. Hill and then Dion Jorge and Rock Riggio in the 7th inning. Goats down 10-2. Sent that one towards his own dugout. Goats won last night. 7-5 was the final, and Sea Dogs trying to win their first game of the second half. Second half of the Eastern League schedule officially began yesterday. 0-2. Sansone, a fastball, cutter, sweeper, changeup, curveball. He had 3 stints at AAA Worcester this season. There's a little dribbler in front of the plate. Catcher fields and throws, but not nearly in time to get Hill, who legs it out. And that time, G.J. Hill using his great gift of speed to get to first base and a little chopper in front of the plate.
He knows how to play just one way, all out.
Yeah, he does. Single to the catcher. Now Dion Jorge is 1 for 3. He singled and stole second base in the first inning. Goats could not get him in, though. He swings and misses, strike 1. Hartford 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. The Goats have left 6. Portland 7 for 15, but they've left 12 on base. They've got the 10-2 lead. That's up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield double play depth. Arias and Alcantara up the middle. 1-2 to Jorge. Tomorrow night, Game 3, Jake Brooks, who's got that gyro slider pitch. He'll be on the bump for the Goats. And a ground ball in the right field and a base hit. Hill stops at second base, and the first 2 reach on singles off Michael Sansone.
Well, that's what I was saying, Jeff, coming out of the break. Portland takes a 10-2 lead to the bottom of the 7th, but the Yard Goats have 9 outs. And there's not a manager in the world, even with his team up by 8, who feels comfortable until the last of the 9 outs is recorded.
Yeah, honestly, and we've watched all the games, so we know, but especially against this Yard Goats team, which has come back in some pretty significant deficits this year. Here's Rock Riggio, swings and misses, strike 1. I mean, it takes 8 to tie. They've had bigger than 8 innings this season, 8 run innings this season. That's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. It is a challenge, though, down 8 runs.
Well, it is.
Two balls and a strike to Rock Riggio. Andy Perez, the league leader in hits, who's got 2 more tonight, waits on deck. That's a good-looking pitch. Slider into the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch is high, and the count fills. Now 3-2 as Sansone misses with a curve. Sansone signed with the Red Sox April of 2024. Originally signed by the Rays, a non-drafted free agent after his college career ended at Fairfield. And when shoved foul back and out of play, a 4-year starter at Fairfield. Played in the Cape Cod League at Bourne. And played independent baseball in the Pioneer League. Sansone is 26 years old. That's hit hard but foul. Briggio continues to keep the AB going. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the last pitch, changeup. Rock looks up to find Jorge at first base. Hill is at second. Still nobody out. That's in there for a call, 3rd strike. Rock thought it was ball 4, and according to the radar that we have in TrackMan, it looked like it was low. He's got a gripe, but the only opinion that matters is Ian Durkin. Of course, it's not reviewable here at the AA level, and it's a strikeout for Michael Sansone. It's his 3rd. Now Andy Perez leads the league with 82 hits, and he looks at strike 1. Yard Goats have never had a player lead the league in hits or batting. Perez right now top in hits and 2nd in batting. There's a pop-up. Left side of the diamond. Here's 3rd baseman Jack Winne calling for it. And he makes the catch, puts away Andy Perez for the 2nd out.
You see Perez getting under that pitch, and then the umpires invoke the infield fly rule. Winne catching it.
Last shot for the Goats in this 7th is Bryce Betancourt, who bats with 2 on and 2 out. Bryant 9th in the league in RBI, and he's got 1 in the game tonight. 5th in home runs. He's got 14. That is tops on the club. Two balls and no strikes. When he is going good, then he hits the ball really hard. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk tonight.
Well, he's been one of the top hitters, leads the team in home runs.
Not even close. 3-0 to Betancourt. Cole Messina waiting on deck. It's high ball 4. So Betancourt shows some patience, gets the first base in the walk. Now Michael Sansone dealing with a bases loaded situation, but there are 2 out.
I think this is a matchup that Robinson Canzell likes, though, because you got a right-handed hitter going up against a left-handed pitcher. One swing of the bat, and this could be a 4-run ball game.
Right. Messina does have 4 home runs. Swings and misses the curve, strike 1. Bases full of Yard Goats here in the 7th. 10-2 Sea Dogs. Ground ball, base hit in the right field. Scoring is Hill. Jorge rounding third base. He's heading to the plate. The throw will go to third base. And now overrunning first base is Messina. He's going to get tagged out to end the inning. So the Goats run into an out on the bases to end what could have been a rally. They get two, though, in the single by Messina. And we head to the eighth. It's 10-4.
I'm helping these kids be the best versions of themselves, and I'm also representing like where I came from. And in the Zilla team, I was working with a creative guy that was with Nike. I work with my best friend who manages this team with me, and we kind of just like put together like what we think would look cool. We went like Godzilla theme. You kind of get to help them grow up into a young man and help them just make the right steps forward, and that's really why I started it, to have impact.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
2 away and 1 on for him. He's first pitch swinging. This one going towards center. Sanchez tracking at the wall. It'll bounce off the wall. It'll kick away from Sanchez. That'll score 1 run. No one still got it. They're trying to wave him home, and the throw is not in time. Here in downtown Greensboro, this one's hit a ton into center field. Sanchez going back, looking at the wall, and it's gone. Williams had not hit a home run all season.
1-2. Maduro grounds it towards short. Holiday diving stop, glove flip for 1. What a play! But Ethan Holiday with a spectacular stop.
He walked twice, walked and scored as part of that 5-run fourth inning. There's a rocket to right that is in there for it. It's going to get by Torres and go to the fence. Taylor, wow, put on the brakes as Torres quickly got that ball back to the shortstop covering second, Andy Perez, and it's a wall ball single for Nelly Taylor. And that's a double just about everywhere, but Duncan Park holds him to a single. Here's Caden Rose. He's 1 for 3, has 1 hit, a big one, a 2-run single. At that point, made it a 7-2 game. Swings and hits one a shortstop. Perez fields, goes to second for 1 on the first. The ball dropped by Aiden Longwell. Yard Goats have not been sharp tonight. That should have been a double play easily. Rose will reach on the fielder's choice, as you can't assume a double play. Hit him right in the mitt. And that kind of night for the hometown team. Franklin Aries about to bat for the 5th time. Actually, 6th time. He is 2 out of 4 with a walk, RBI, single, and a double. One ball, one strike. There's a strike, and it's 1-2. Jake Brooks goes tomorrow. Gage Sile will pitch for the Sea Dogs. And Connor Stain gets the starting assignment on Friday nights. The 1-2 Torres to Arias. Skied towards right, towards the Hartford upper deck, and below that deck it lands. There's a little dribble up the third baseline, fielded by the pitcher. Torres will throw to first base. Retiring Arias on the play. Rose takes second, but there are 2 out. Good decision. Good play by Carlos Torres. Going to go to the third base side of the hill to gather that ball and throw out the Red Sox top prospects. Now the catcher, Nate Baez. He's got a couple of hits tonight. Torres starts him the breaking pitch for ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Goats got their 40th win overall a night ago to improve to 40-29. Their best start since the 2022 season. Second best start ever. There's a fly ball towards center field. Hill dives and he makes the catch. G.J. Hill lays out for it and he grabs it to end the inning. Wow, what a play by G.J. Hill. Take a look again. He is so fun to watch play center field. Another angle. Hill makes the play. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Here in
Day with an RBI single today. He lines it up the middle for a base hit. Vargas in to score. O'Ray gets waved home. He slides home safely, and the Shuckers win.
As there goes the runner. This one hit high into right field and looking up as that one is fair. As this one hit, and that one is gone again. 2-1. This one hit high into right field. Going back at the wall is White Jr. He leaps up, and that is another home run for Eric Hartman. His 3rd of the game.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Well, you're looking at Duncan Park from the third base side as we head to the last of the 8th inning. And, Jeff, the crowd still buzzing at that catch by G.J. Hill.
Look at this break that he gets laid out for it. Hill was top 10 Sports Center, Dan, last night on ESPN for stealing home when he broke to the plate. I mean, he may be on Sports Center again tonight with that catch.
Put him on Sports Center.
That was tremendous. Aiden Longwell is the batter. Michael Sansone back to pitch. Ground ball foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next one is fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes.
I'll tell you who else they should put on Sports Center. The Philadelphia Phillies. They won again tonight. And the Braves are losing. If that score holds up out in San Diego, the Phillies will have moved to within 4.5 games of first place.
There's a swing and a miss, and Aiden Longwell strikes out for the first out of the 8th inning.
I mean, to me, Jeff, that's one of the stories of this baseball season, how when Don Mattingly took over, the Phillies just turned it around. They were 9-19 when Don Mattingly took over as the manager.
He's done a great job, hasn't he?
Since then, they're 35-17.
Wow.
And they've gone from, they were something like 10, 11 games out of first place. They could be 4.5 out after tonight.
A pop-up back of seconds. Marvin Alcantara drifting back on the lawn, a feet behind second base, and he makes the catch, puts away like Antico for out number 2.
That's one of the stories of the first half anyway. I mean, the Phillies are right in the thick of the race, and it's not even the All-Star break.
Jose Torres, the batter.
Jeff, I'll tell you another story, and that's the New York Mets. They are on the verge of being swept a doubleheader by the Chicago Cubs today after losing yesterday.
Next one is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And they're losing big. I mean, they lost last night to the Cubs 9-6. They lost the first game of the doubleheader this afternoon to the Cubs 10-3. And they're losing in the bottom of the 9th inning tonight in the night portion of their day-nighter 10-5. That's 29 runs given up in 3 games.
Yes. That's tough to overcome.
And I would think the drumbeat on the future of manager Carlos Mendoza is going to grow louder.
You'd think, as that is chopped foul at home, played 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think that's a pretty good expectations, Dan, heading into the year.
Well, some had predicted that the Mets would win the division.
Or at least battle for it, right?
Yeah.
They have been a really disappointment to Mets fans. At the bottom of the division now, 34-45. That's a little bit low, and the count Phil's now 3-2.
If they lose that second game, and they did lose it. No, that was the first game, 10-3. I beg your pardon. But if they're going to lose it, they're going to be 12 games under 500.
And they'll also be. That'll be a 5-game losing skid as you see Torres walk.
That's right. They had won that first game in Philadelphia and then got annihilated by the Phillies. That's the thing. They're not just losing games. They're losing games big.
G.J. Hill, who made that spectacular catch, hacks away at the first one. Shoves a foul back and out of play for strike 1.
I think the problem is when you fall behind like the Mets are 12 games under 500 or the Red Sox 14 games under 500, you can get hot, but you're still not going to get to 500.
Next one is outside, and taking second base is Torres. That'll probably be defensive indifference. He was not being held at first.
I mean, let's say you're the Red Sox, you go on an 8-game winning streak. You're still 6 games under 500.
Right. That's why you fall behind. It can be so hard to dig your way back into the race.
And I know you've got the wild card and everything, but there are so many teams to overcome. That doesn't mean you don't go out and try to win every game, obviously, but it does mean maybe you've got to step back and take a look on how you're going to approach the second half of the season. And we are coming up on the All-Star break.
Right. And the Rockies right now, Dan, have as many wins as the Giants and Red Sox.
Yep.
32 victories.
Going to be interesting to see what happens. The trade deadline is 5 weeks from next Monday.
That's outside. He'll flinch 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And you might see some activity a lot sooner than that.
It's fouled straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A little pop-up should end the inning. Brennan dropping back, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So we've played now 8 full. We head to the 9th, and it's 10-4 Sea Dogs.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Payoff. Pops up, right field side, shallow, Poole sprinting in, going out, Santana makes the grab! My goodness!
Here for the Fred Nats lead. And he cranks this one to right field, falling fast. It's down for a base hit, and it gets by Sanchez. 1 bag for Willits. 2 bags. Here he comes for 3. He's getting waved around third. Relay to the plate is past the catcher Ortega. Eli Willits circles the bases and gets the Fred Nats within 1 here in the 7th.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
Well, we head to the top of the 9th inning, and Carlos Torres out to fling another frame here with the Sea Dogs comfortably in front, 10-4. As the Yard Goats try to get through this top of the 9th and launch a miracle in the bottom of the 9th.
That's right. Brooks Brannon will start things and hits the first pitch to Dion Jorge. Will throw across the diamond in time to get Brannon for the first out. Now the Sea Dogs ended up scoring in 4 different innings tonight, but the big blow, Dan, a 5-run 4th inning to chase Jackson Cox from the game.
Yeah, that was the turning point right there. They have never looked back.
Nope. Ronald Rosario, the batter. Good looking breaking pitch. The slider's in for strike 1. All right, for tomorrow, we'll send Jake Brooks to the mound, try to settle down this Portland lineup. One ball, 1 strike. Fly ball right field for Jose Torres. He's there and he makes the catch. And Rosario out number 2. Now Jack Winne. He looks at strike 1. Good looking cutter from Torres. Ground ball out to short. Perez on to first to end the inning. Goats chasing big number, down 6 as they head to the 9th. It's 10-4 Portland here in Hartford.
So we got a little throwback uni on, gray socks, you feel me? So it's like we're going back in time. So I feel the presence of Jackie Robinson, you know what I'm saying? All those great guys. So yeah, we're going to play like them too.
Just love kind of having this logo here, Triple B's. You know, those guys went through a lot more than I probably can ever imagine. And, you know, it's a fight that they had to put up just so I can get here. And so getting the chance to even wear the jersey and get on the field and play is something huge.
Condon using his glove to shade his eyes from the sun. He makes the catch. Tagging from third is Lopez. The play at the plate is in time to get him.
You can own a piece of the minor league game. MILB Auctions lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more, with items added all season long. Want a piece of the minor league game? Visit MILBauctions.com.
1-0. Fastball, teeing off in a left field. Ortiz chasing it back. Alvarez, track, wall, it is out of here. D'Angelo goes yard for the first time in his professional career. He points out to right field, and D'Angelo Ortiz has done something he has never done in his professional career. He's done it in batting practice, but now he gets to do it in a real game.
Ran into difficulty with a 2-run 7th inning, but he pitched a scoreless 6th, pitched a scoreless 8th, came on to restore order, getting that 3rd out in the 5th. And the Cheshire native is on the verge, Jeff, of coming up with a win.
He is. He's got to face the top of the lineup for the Yard Goats, though, starting with Dion Jorge. So he's going to have to earn this one. Jorge has 2 hits tonight and scored 1 of 4 Yard Goat runs. He attacks the first pitch, lofts one in a short center, but in his Nelly Taylor to make the catch and then flip it to his second baseman. Route number 1.
Now that time he went after a changeup. And right there to make the grab was Taylor.
Now second baseman Rock Riggio. Rock 1 for 3 with a single and a run. Ground ball towards second, fielded by Alcantara on a first base, and Rock Riggio's out number 2. Could be a 3-pitch inning.
Well, 2 pitches, 2 outs, just what Sansone wanted.
And now Andy Perez, who has 2 hits tonight. And he looks at strike 1. One ball, 1 strike.
By the way, the Mets did lose that second game, Jeff, so they lost a doubleheader today, 10-3 and 10-5.
There's a pop-up in a short center field. Taylor comes racing in. He'll make the catch to end the game, and the Sea Dogs pick up their first win of the second half.
Well, very impressive win for Portland tonight, Jeff. And for the Yard Goats, it was a clunker. There's no other way to describe it. It begins with the starting pitching, and if you don't get the starting pitching, it really puts you in a bind. And the defense wasn't the best. Just one of those games you've got to forget about it and go get them tomorrow.
All right, Goats lose 10-4. Post-game show next here on Odyssey.
Be sure to catch the post-game show on the free Odyssey app with Jeff Hook and Dan Lamalo. Just type in Yard Goats. You can also listen in Spanish on Dynamica AM 1120. Enjoy the show from the Odyssey Press Box on your ride home. Fans, here are your totals for the game. For the visiting Portland Sea Dogs, 10 runs on 14 hits and 1 error. And for your Schoolboys, 4 runs on 9 hits and 3 errors. The winning